welcome to this short video. Why I'm creating this video? मैं ये video क्यों बना रहा हूँ? क्योंकि yesterday I think I've sent a link for a webinar and I hope many of you have seen the webinar. कुछ लोगों ने देखा नहीं होगा. मैं उनके लिए बता रहा हूँ कि why it's very important for you to understand numerology. Let me just introduce with your permission about me. मेरा नाम सत्या दत्ता है. And I consider myself as a sourceologist. Okay, this is a very new terminology. What is sourceology? Is that I study source. Okay, logy means study. So I study source. I believe there is something called the source. Brahman को किसी source ने create किया, and the source is the source of everything. जो भी चीज आपकी जिंदगी में है आज is only because of the source. Because source is the source of love. Source is the source of forgiveness. Source is the source of compassion. Source is the source of money, finances, everything. And source has given various laws, rules, and regulations for us to live a very fulfilled and happy life. And I studied that. So I studied various tools of the source. And I think numerology is one of the tools of the source. Astrology is another tool of the source. And any energy science you see is the tools of the source. Because source ने आपको अकेले नहीं छोड़ा, source ने पूरी ब्रह्मांड क्रिएट की और साथ में एक दूसरे को डाला. Because आप अगर ध्यान से देखो कि आपके लिए whenever आप कभी दुनिया में पैदा होते हो तो क्या होता है? The moment you are born, so many energy starts working with you. Okay, आपके parents, mother, father तो होती है आपको protect करने के लिए. There's a vayu, there's agni. You get a body to work for you. You've given a software of the mind. You've given emotion. Emotion is the energy of the emotions, and you've given numbers. आप जिस दिन पैदा होते हो, there are certain numbers. एक चीज मानी कि everything is vibrating in nature. हर चीज से एक message and information release हो रहा है, and that is helping one another. So आप जिस दिन पैदा होते हो, that's releasing message and energies. Okay, and that helps very silently. You cannot see that, but you can see the effects. So there are many people who are doing research in these fields, and they found out the presence of certain numbers, presence of gives a certain kinds of results, and numerology is all about that. Now there are various tools like astrology, and astrology tells you what? Okay, there are planets which are actually helping you, guiding you. They're giving their dasha system. So transits में आ रहे हैं आपकी जिंदगी के अंदर and आपको help कर रहे हैं, आपको guide कर रहे हैं, so that your life can be happy. Of course, the source is giving you free will. आप इस free will को use करके अपनी एक तरह की जिंदगी बदल सकते हो. But there is something called as a law of compensation. So आप कुछ भी करोगे, everything comes back to you with compound interest. That's why it is very, very important कि आप इस तरह के subject जानिए ताकि आपको पता चलेगा आपके पास क्या energies हैं, what sort of energies are available with you. Similarly, there's a vastu. When a vastu ka matlab kya, it's not a very simple sense. Vastu means your interaction with the vastu, your environment. So that helps you a lot in their work. Because in even numerology, there's something called as a vastu. Jisko agar aap use karoge, there's solutions. There are many solutions for numerology. Remedies for numerology. So that's very important to understand. Agar aapki zindagi mein koi ghatna ghat rahi, it is because in this date matrix, aap सारे numbers लेके नहीं पैदा हुए, and there are remedies which you can use, and I think vastu is one of the remedies. अगर आपने vastu ठीक किया, there is a bulletin. Numerology is one of the remedies. So the webinar link which I have sent, it all talks about that. So what else it talks about? Let us try to understand a little bit. So let me just quickly share my screen here. I just share my screen. I'm going to share my mind map. Okay. So I'm just going to talk about that जो free webinar के link मैंने दिया है आप लोगों को. जिन लोगों ने देखा है, thank you so much, and for watching the webinar. The people who couldn't because this is Diwali time, and so you must be busy. And Diwali is an amazing time. A lot of purifications are happening at this moment. A lot of new energies are coming inside us. It's time to become like more cleansing. So it is like a time in which to win over the darknesses. Okay, it's a very amazing time. So what are we going to learn? So as I said, I talked about myself in this webinar, that who am I? You will be able to understand more better about me. I'm a Reiki grandmaster. I'm an awarded twice from United States for my paper in cancer. I'm an astrologer. I'm a numerologist. I'm a kriya yogi. I'm a researcher of certain other energy healing sciences, and and I have spent quite amount of time with hospitals. I have been into alternate. I work as an alternate therapist in hospitals, and I've also created various kind of programs. Because I've written this book, which is called The Source. It is like available in Amazon and Flipkart, and it's like they're in almost 150 countries of the world. Thanks Source. I don't think I've written this book. I think I've got this book in a meditation, and I just jot down and things started happening. So there's something called as a law of manifestation. Law of manifestation ये बोलते हैं आपकी जिंदगी में कुछ होना है, घटना है ना, और उस घटनाओं के ऊपर हेवन या सोर्स राजी है तो immediately होता है. If heaven wants the thing to happen, it will happen in your life. So that's the real law of attraction. अगर कुछ चीज नहीं होना है तो उसके लिए आपको वेट करना पड़ता है. So what happened is when I started writing this, the book just happened. But then I was also guided to create something called as a source guidance program. Now there's a very interesting thing about the source guidance program is that, see, अगर आज आपकी जिंदगी में कोई कोई challenges हैं, कोई emotional issues है, कोई relationships issue है, कहीं career issues है, or you're unable to find out what you're trying to do in this world, so you should not um, look for solutions in one dimension. Okay, so there are human being are multidimensional. What I mean by multidimensional is we have got a physical body. अच्छा सिर्फ physical body आप नहीं हो. Okay, there is a mind. Mind is like a software. Oh, we have got emotions, as I was saying. We have got a soul also. Now, soul is something that is traveling from one lifetime to another. Soul has a lot of information. Soul is nothing but a message, and soul has the power to heal and transform. Soul has all the information of the numerology. Soul has all the astrological information. No? Soul is the real essence. It's the witness. So, and then there is a source. There are so many things in between. There are so many energies, soul world, stars, galaxies, universe. There's Mother Earth. A lot of powers. Okay, all of them combined together make you. Okay, आप जिस घर में रहते हो, there's your outer body. That's vastu. The real vastu. Now, what is your interaction with all those things? So, numerology is one of your bodies. Okay, numerology is one of your bodies, and you need to find out numerology एक आयाम है आपकी जिंदगी में. The one of the dimensions. जिसको जब आप समझोगे तो आप numerology body को समझ पाओगे. And numerology, of course, is a source too. That's why I call numerology a source numerology. Okay, so and why numerology? Numerology is as I said, the source is the source of everything. I believe पूरी ब्रह्मांड की सृष्टि कहीं से आई है, and that I call as a source. And so source is the source of everything, and source has given all the tools, rules, and regulation. It has given, okay, knowingly, unknowingly, it has given. So all the animals and organisms in the world know about that thing, and so, but also source has also given us free will, so we can understand and follow and abide by the rules or the tools, or we can just use our free will. बट हम कभी कभी क्या होता है जब हम अपनी जिंदगी में अपनी फ्री विल यूज करते हैं तो हमें धक्का लगता है. वी गेट चैलेंजेस, वी गेट द ब्लॉकेजेस. द होल कॉन्सेप्ट इज टू अंडरस्टैंड दीस सोर्स टूल्स एंड लॉस so that we can keep our universe in great balance, and since what is inside you it's what is outside you, so that's the magic. So the whole magic is to understand and decipher and decode, basically decode करना है. सारी codes मिली हुई है, so you have to just decode this code. And that's why the numerology comes into play, and that's why you need to understand numerology. And of course, numerology is a kind of a source tool. And in this webinar, I also talked about one very important thing: that why human beings are suffering. आप हम क्यों suffer कर रहे हैं? Why we are suffering? Of course, one of the reason is our karma. There's a free will, and हम जो कर्मा कर रहे हैं उसमें हम suffer कर रहे हैं. But there's also another reason. That's a very important reason, that there is a quite possibility that we are not able to discover what we've come here to do. And that's also one of the reasons for becoming non-aligned with the source. Source has sent you here in this world. Do something very specifically in this world, because there are because of so many reasons you're taking the world. But your purpose is to discover your purpose. That what is your direction in which you should go. And numerology is a tool which can help you to know what is the reason that you're born in this world. And I've shared everything in this webinar. That's why I'm doing a video. I thought I will just talk with you because it's very important. Because I've created this group, and in which you are there. So I'm going to share a lot of information, deep into sector, not only numerology. I'm going to maybe talking about astrology, maybe personal development, whatever I know, maybe about energy sciences and new discoveries what has taken place. So people have habit of getting out of the group. Yes, because there's so many groups happening in them. It's okay, absolutely fine. If you're not interested, you can always go out of this group. That's absolutely fine. We respect your intention, and we really are grateful that you've become part of it. But if you really wanted to know more about you, maybe somewhere we will be able to help you out. Okay, so we talked in this webinar. I've thrown light about why human beings are suffering. So what else I've talked about in this webinar? I've talked about in this webinar that why this is the time that people are getting more and more interested in these kind of sciences, because लोग अपनी खुद की self discovery करना चाहते हैं. Because Mother Earth transition में जा रही है. Mother Earth is passing through transition. क्या हो रहा है? आप देखोगे पैंडेमिक आया है. क्यों आया है ह्यूमैनिटी के ऊपर? suddenly pandemic and economic crisis हो रही हैं, there is a lot of diseases are coming, there is economic crash which is happening, wars, terrorism. There may be a reason why things are happening in the world, and that's why people are and people have their own challenges, and they have their own blockages, they have money issues, they have there's another problem which is like discovering the blueprint. So I was today morning seeing a program in Beyond in channel, and the Gravitas, so he was talking about almost all across the globe 40% of the people who are already in a job. There are so many people who don't have a job, but there are people who are in a job, are not interested in working in a job. They do some, there's a soul calling from inside. So that means every human being, whatever you see in this world, everything has a purpose in this world, and the whole purpose is to find out what is the purpose of our life. And if we're going to find out the purpose of our life, I think we are going to live a very fulfilled and happy life. So numerology, astrology, even Vastu, to some extent, energy sciences, soul world, they all help you. The source help you in finding out what you have come here for. So that's why numerology. Now I said numerology because numerology is a very easy tool. I will say it's easy tool. Why it's not so easy, but it's an easy tool if you compare it with astrology. Because astrology, you have to understand in a much more different way. You have to understand the zodiac. You have to understand the houses. You have to understand different planets. Then you have to understand the nakshatras behind the zodiac. You have to understand different padas. You have to understand the aspects. You have to understand Ashtak Varga. You need to understand the natural zodiac. You need to understand the dasa system. You need to understand the transits. You need to understand different degrees. You need to understand Tajik. So all these things when you combine together, so it is a study of quite a bit time. आपको बहुत ज़्यादा time देना पड़ेगा in order to really master the science. And then you need to do a lot of practice. You need to practice a lot on chart. Yes, we have also programs in astrology. I'm going to bring, maybe I'm going to inform you in this group only. There are a lot of programs that are being developed. We have programs related to astrology. We have programs related to energy sciences. We have programs related to Reiki. What are the different dimensions of Reiki? We have program related to personal development. We have program related to decoding different mental secrets. आप कैसे अपनी mind की power बढ़ा सकते हो? So this is one of the programs which I'm talking about. Which link I have sent yesterday. So if you have not seen the link, I really want you to see the link so to be part of this source group, source community. So there is a chance that you can become part of this source group. It's a huge group with a lot of things happening. As I said, human beings are not one-dimensional. You need to understand holistically, because you need to understand not only karma part, you need to understand about the mind, body, emotions. You need to understand your connection with the source. You need to understand all the source blessings. Okay. So what else I've talked about in this webinar? I've talked about the most important thing. I've explained 1 to 9 numbers. जैसे आपका जन्म होता है, you are either you get some numbers, some blessing of the numbers. 99.99% लोगों के पास सारे numbers नहीं होते. There are some numbers which are there. There are some numbers which are not there in your life. So the numbers which are there in your life are your blessings, and the numbers which are not there in your life are your journey. So those vacancies, vacuum will always feel in your life. Okay, and there are so many combinations related to family and all. But numerology is the easiest science, because if you understand these 9 numbers, and if you understand, basically there are 2 kinds of systems which are used: decimal system and binary system. तो जब हम न्यूमरोलॉजी की बात करते हैं, we talk about binary system 0 and 1. जितने भी ब्रह्मांड की manifestation हो रही है, either होती है या नहीं होगी. So as I was talking about the book, so when I started learning the book, that's called as a law of attraction. The book happened. Its manifestation took place, and the book came out as a print. So that means universe had a permission, and the चीजें हुई आंखों के सामने. So if you really wanted to achieve something in your life, you need to really understand the real law of manifestation. So the binary system 0 and 1 determines वो चीजें होगी या नहीं होगी, कितना आगे चलेगा, what is the power inside है या नहीं है, तेल है या नहीं है. So all those things. But the second, the dates in which you're born, they follow the decimal system. So there are 1 to 9 numbers. So I have explained in the webinar about the different powers of 1 to 9 number. And before you even watch the webinar, I request you to have a diary, pen, pencil. So क्या है कि आप अपने बारे में लिख सकते हो. Write your date of birth, write your name, and so that. And I've explained all the 9 numbers. I've explained what are the planets which are connected with the numbers. What are the characteristics of these numbers in a very basic and fundamental way. See, each and every number has huge number of characteristics. एक number के पीछे जो vibrations, जो consciousness है, बहुत सारे हैं. But You don't need to know all the things. You can understand the very basic to have a start on the first gear. You can give a first gear of a car of your numerology. Okay. So I've talked about 1 to 9 numbers, and I've talked about the planets behind the number, characteristics, and also about the devatas of behind the numbers. But it's very important to understand what is behind, what a massive power is behind you. Okay, whenever you take birth, there are not only energies which are associated with you, there are so many higher energy, higher souls which get associated with your life. They guide you, they protect you. And if you can someday communicate with this हाई एनर्जी है, देवताओं के साथ अगर आप कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हो, प्रे कर सकते हो राइट तरीके से, हो सकता है आपकी जिंदगी में एक ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन आए. ओके, देयर इज अ ह्यूज पॉसिबिलिटी दैट कैन हैपन. एंड that's all. That is why I call this as a source numerology, because you not only understand about the numbers, but what you understand is understand about the lineage you belong to. आपके जीवन के अंदर one of the dimensions is न्यूमरोलॉजी के हर एक नंबर के पीछे there is a planet के पीछे there is a देवता के पीछे there is a source. So you can imagine what a power and what a lineage you belong to. So I have explained everything very systematically. So if you know what are the numbers present you will be able to understand what are the powers you're carrying. एक बार आपको समझ में आ जाए कि आपके पास कौन से नंबर्स हैं, कौन से नंबर्स मिसिंग हैं, कौन से सीक्रेट नंबर्स आपके हैं, so you will be able to understand आपको जिंदगी में आप किस तरह के पावर लेके आए हो लाइफ के अंदर. ओके, नॉट ओनली यू कैन सी अगर घर में कोई न्यूबॉर्न है किस तरह का पावर वो न्यूबॉर्न लेके आया है. आप कोई कंपनी ओपन कर रहे हो, यू कैन इफ यू अंडरस्टैंड न्यूमरोलॉजी यू विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड आपकी जो टीम मेंबर्स है, जो कोर टीम मेंबर्स उनके पास क्या पावर्स है. आपके फ्रेंड्स के पास क्या पावर्स है, आप घर में एक पेट ला रहे हो उसके पास क्या पावर्स है, और आप एक दिन एक घर बना रहे हो और यू टेकिंग ए कार, यू हैव फोन नंबर, यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड आपके नंबर्स कैसे एक्टिवेट होते हैं. क्योंकि कोई भी चीज में जब आप फोकस डालते हो वो चीज एक्टिवेट होना शुरू कर देता है लाइफ के अंदर. सो ओके, एंड अगर कोई चीज मिसिंग है सो यू विल हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड आप उसको सॉल्यूशंस कैसे लेंगे. सो आई हैव टॉक फर्स्ट बेसिक थिंग इज यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड आपके पास नंबर्स, एक्सक्यूज मी, आपके पास नंबर्स कौन कौन से है. And once you know the numbers, you will be able to better guide yourself, or you will be able to better take guidance from this number. So it's very interesting science. And I also talked about what else this number tells about. Like as I said, planets, characteristics. I talked about devatas. So I have also talked about that this numbers are also connected with the elements. There are various elements in the body, and if you understand that you don't have these kind of numbers with you, so you have to be careful within certain kinds of organs in the body. So even the numbers are connected with elements of the body. Numbers are connected with your emotional makeup. Okay, I have given a guidance on that same, and I have also talked about why it is you need to know why you wanted to learn numerology. So I have made it very clear कि आपको अगर न्यूमरोलॉजी सीखना है या एस्ट्रोलॉजी सीखना है, अगर आपके पास एक इनर सोल कॉलिंग हो रही है कि आज भी आपको सीखना है, I think you should go ahead and learn it. But you should always remember why are you learning numerology, because that's very important. Because अगर आपको पता है ना कि आप कोई काम क्यों कर रहे हो, suppose there are 2 or 3 things you do about. Because एक तो हो सकता है आपको अंदर एक इनर क्यूरियोसिटी होती है, एक चीज जानने की कोशिश होती है, एक चीज आप अपने लाइफ को ट्रांसफॉर्म करना चाहते हो, या आप अपनी फैमिली की लाइफ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन करना चाहते हो, या आप बहुत बड़ा ग्रैंड गोल सोच रहे हो, ह्यूज गोल. डिपेंड करता है आप क्या चीज सोच रहे हो. So, जैसा सोचोगे सोर्स एंड यूनिवर्स वैसे रिस्पॉन्ड करेगा. सपोज आप आज के डेट में कोई चीज सब्जेक्ट सीख रहे हो, आप सीख रहे हो ज्ञान के लिए, फाइन, यूनिवर्स आपको वो सारी चीजें देखे जिसके अंदर आपको ज्ञान आएगा. और सपोज आप अपने जिंदगी में कोई चीज बदलाव चाहते हो, तो व्हाट विल हैपन, दीज साइंस ऑफ न्यूमरोलॉजी विल ब्लेस यू इन सच ए वे that you will able to bring about a transformation in your aspect. तो वो सारी एनर्जीज प्रोवाइड कर दीजिए. Now if your energy, now here you are working in collaboration your mind with subconscious. So अगर आपके सबकॉन्शियस में ये प्रोग्राम है कोई नहीं, मुझे अपने फैमिली के लिए काम करना है, सो यूनिवर्स क्या क्या कर रहा है, यूनिवर्स आपको ज्ञान दे रहा है, यूनिवर्स इज सेंडिंग एनर्जीज फॉर यू, यूनिवर्स इज आल्सो मेकिंग कैपेबल सो दैट यू कैन हैंडल योर फैमिली. नाउ सपोज यू वांट टू ओपन एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, तो आपको अगर वैसी ब्लेसिंग मिली एंड यू स्टार्टेड, यू नो योर न्यूमरोलॉजी, एंड आपने जिंदगी को ऐसे प्रोग्राम किया, ओके आई एम गेटिंग ए पिक्चर लाइक दैट, आई वांट टू डू लाइक दैट, I want to create a big company. I want to help my family. Universe of course तरह की energy. Now you have a huge grand goal for your country, society, the whole world. The source of the universe will give you energies according to that. So that is why these signs are very important, because these signs are getting you connected with the devatas. So that's what I always say about devatas and Ashur. Devatas क्या चीज़ है? Devatas are those energies which help you to grow. वो सारी एनर्जीज जो आपकी जिंदगी में आपकी उन्नति हो, आपका अच्छा हो, आपकी सोल जर्नी सक्सेसफुली पास हो, उसमें हेल्प करती है. न्यूमरोलॉजी इज वन ऑफ द डायमेंशन इसको बहुत इजीली आप समझ सकते हो कि उसके पीछे प्लैनेट्स क्या है. प्लैनेट्स अगर आप न्यूमरोलॉजी को सिंपली तरीके से समझ सकते हो तो उसके पीछे रिलेटेड प्लैनेट्स है, उसके कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स देखिए अगर आप खुद ही सीखना चाहते हो. सो आई एक्सप्लेन इन दैट वेबिनार, जो इसका लिंक मैंने भेजा, तो कल तक ये वेबिनार एक्टिव रहेगा, कल शाम तक. उसके बाद ये लिंक इसका चला जाएगा. सो आई रिक्वेस्ट यू, इफ यू हैव नॉट सीन इट, जस्ट टेक आउट अ लिटिल टाइम. इट इज 1 hour 33 minutes की वीडियो है, एंड वॉच इट. बट you should be very clear. So I've in the webinar I've talked about why you should have a clarity कि मैं क्यों सीख रहा हूँ, मैं किस में ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन ला सकता हूँ, एंड किस तरह से ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन ला सकता हूँ मेरी जिंदगी में, दूसरी की जिंदगी में. And I've also talked about in this webinar that how you can learn and expand your knowledge of numerology. Because क्या-क्या कभी-कभी होता है, and it has been very much my experience in my life कि कुछ जगह पर मेरी न्यूमरोलॉजी ऐसा काम किया कि मतलब there were people who said doctors are waiting कि कब मतलब the transition will take place, and the person whose mother was admitted कि sir we are just waiting कि मम्मी लगता है और जिंदा नहीं रहेगा. I said don't worry, please give them this thing. I don't know, this death is in the hand of the God, please do this. And after 3-4 days I talked to them. I said, where is your mother? She is back home. So these things happen. I was part of I was doing a simple vastu, and I did the numerology there, and from 4,000 rupees a day, the company like came out like 10,000, 12,000 plus a day sales increase. So sometimes what happens is the very small things are there, and if you just know that, it may, I don't know, somewhere help you. If you know what your family members are having different things. So sometimes the karmas are really heavy. You may not be able to have all the answers at the one go. It needs a lot of practice. It needs divine blessings. It needs your own every time what actions and what commitment you're taking. But yes, of course, there has to be a beginning. There has to be start. कहीं ना कहीं से चीजें शुरू होगी. So I request the people, and this is my humble request, the people who have not seen the webinar as yet, just go and have a look at this webinar, and then there are other guiding things which has been given over there, and you can follow through. Okay, all the best. May source numbers and divine bless you beyond comprehension. I've also shared the link once more here. So if you've missed that link, or it's somewhere in your thing, so please look into the link, click in the link. This is called as a webinar gem. आप वहाँ पे जाइए, छोटा सा register आएगा, वहाँ पे click कीजिए, वहाँ पे timing दिया हुआ है. Just go and click on the timing which suits you the most and watch this webinar. And if you have any other technical issues, you can always get back to me. You can just inbox me, right? So see you, all the best. Thank you so much. See you in the webinar. Bye bye.